I know what it's like to be bashed for my looks. I know what it's like to be bashed for my personality. But to be bashed for my work is something that's really hard for me to take because I take so much pride in my work.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Camp Confidence Radio. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Madam Hoods. How is everyone?
Napaproud ako sa'yo, madam. Humahaba na yung
Ay.
spontaneous introduction mo. Dati hindi yan nakakaganyan, pero look at her.
Stop! Ako lang to. I have a great mentor. You know, Miss Ayin Bernos.
Sinasabi ko sa inyo, guys. But anyway, good morning, mga madam, evening, whatever the time is from your end. We're so happy to be back. And today, babalik kami sa aming usual chikahan.
Yes.
And kasi madami kami mga updates for you guys regarding our lives, regarding our lack of work-life balance. Charot! So, ayan, magchichikahan tayo today and we'll give you guys a few updates. Maybe we'll answer some common questions na rin for you guys. But to start with, I guess the first question, like before previous seasons, Madam Rizza, what were your wins of the week? Or last 2 weeks?
Wins of the week. May mga ganun pa, no? Okay, wins. Nako, sabi ko nga kanina before we recorded, the last week was a blur. So, I checked on my calendar pa, ano nga bang nangyari last week? Ganon. So, ang dami kasi talagang ganap with I.O. So, I.O. is the company who handles all of the brands. So, LANA, mink.ph, yun. Everything e-commerce is I.O. So, ang daming mga restructuring, ang daming mga kailangang gawin, pero at least aligned na lahat. So, that's one win. Second naman is may usad na yung aesthetic clinic natin, mga madam. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this kasi, so we talked to our interior designer na, tapos namili na kami ng mga gamit. So, if you follow me on Instagram, nandun lahat ng mga kakiligan moments ko about the aesthetic clinic. So, you should follow me and follow Ayin as well on Instagram. Tapos, yun. Ang daming nangyari. Pero yun yung major wins. Yes, major wins. Definitely.
Yung sa aesthetic clinic, madam, for context sa mga viewers, listeners natin na first time nila maririnig yung big news, you're starting a clinic, as in like, skin aesthetic center. Alam mo yun, yung mga...
Yes. The services are yung mga facial, mga thermage, mga nails. Meron din kami for nails, polygel. Yung mga OGs dito, alam nyo na sobrang nerd ako with nails. So, yan, meron tayong nail spa, ganon. So, parang one-stop shop siya. Ang wala lang kami so far is about hair pa. So, it's about, yun nga, face, aesthetic, skin, ganyan, and nails.
Would you have like microblading, mga ganun-ganun?
Yes. Yes. Lashes, eyebrows, ganon, meron.
Ang galing naman, madam. How long have you working on this?
Naku, medyo matagal na. As in, matagal ko na siyang pangarap. Kasi yung business partner ko dito, si Lelit, sobrang cute din niya kasi very nerd din siya with this. So parang we can talk for hours and days about nails, aesthetics, skincare. As in talaga. So parang sobrang perfect naming dalawa as business partners. Tapos sobrang nagja-drive din kami. She's also so organized and she has so much attention to detail, ganyan. So matagal na namin na pangarap talaga to. Pero we were both very overwhelmed with the things that we needed to do for an aesthetic clinic. Tapos, siya actually yung nag-pitch ng idea na, Riz, gawin na natin yung pangarap natin, aesthetic clinic. Parang, siya din kasi naghahanap na siya matagal na ng mga business partners na hindi sila nag-click. So, kami, sobrang nag-click kami. Tapos sabi niya, sige na, let's do this. At least dalawa tayong gagawa nito, dalawa tayong magbe-build, etc. So, yung dream is sobrang tagal na, years na. Siguro nag-start siya ng mga 22 ako. 22, I've always wanted to have an aesthetic clinic. Tapos siya din, halos mga ganong age din siya kasi sobrang addict din niya with that, mga facial, ganun. Tapos, pero working on the project, siguro magwa 1 year na kami. So, we also trained, we as in talaga, kung katakot-takot na training ang mga pinagdaanan naming dalawa for this. Tapos, yun, we also collaborated with mga derma, mga consultants, ganun. Yun, just to make sure na everything's taken care of. Ganun.
May question ako, madam, about like how this is a new corporation technically, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So, kasi I've had this experience kasi sanay ako like with my Morena the Label team, okay na kami. So, we're all set up. We have a graphic designer. We have somebody working on admin. We have somebody working sa production. So, okay na. But then, my naging parang challenge ko with Caillou was we were a new team from scratch. And syempre, parang separate assets completely. Like, yung pera ng personal pera ko and pera ng business, magkahiwalay sila. So,
Tama.
hindi ko magawa yung before na halimbawa. If I need to do, like, set up my Shopee or Lazada, I had to do it myself sa Caillou kasi we didn't have a person for that. Tapos, sa Morena, it's different because I have a person for that sa Morena. So, like, how did you go about with establishing your aesthetic clinic knowing that it's a completely different corporation? Did you pull from your personal resources or did you guys hire? Curious ako doon kasi ang naging stress ko the last couple of weeks was hindi na ako sanay na I was doing the nitty-gritty of, alam mo yun, like the specifics. Usually, when we launch under Morena, it's like I have a team with me. When I do something by myself, I have a team with me. But then with Caillou, it's like wala pa kaming nakahire sa operations, wala pa kaming nakahire sa ganyan. So, from the beginning, nung launch, nagkandaloka-loka kami kasi we had to do everything ourselves. And we're not used to that because all of my partners also have their own jobs, their own companies, ganyan. So, how did you do that? Like, ano yung transition? Kasi I know you also trained, diba? So, paano yun?
Actually,
Baka bumalik
eto
from
talaga, testing the waters pa lang din ako kasi it's the very first time I'll be having a business partner. Kasi ako, very sanay ako na okay, kung anong bold thing na maisip ko, implement agad. Ganon. Kasi kami ni Josh, very talaga gawin na to agad. Pero first time ko na I'm working with a business partner which I'm so blessed with. Hello, Lelit, I love you. Na sobrang nag-jive kami ng personality kasi ganon din siya. So, business partner-wise, we are doing okay. In terms of manpower naman. So, syempre manpower, sobrang iba to.
Oo.
It's a totally different industry. So, beauty and aesthetic siya. So, kailangan talaga ng expertise. So, yung mga tao na hinire namin are experts talaga. So, they are aestheticians for 5 years na, 7 years na. Kasi we did that. Kasi parang mas malaki lang yung sweldo nila, of course, sa mga compared to the beginners. Kasi kami mismo, hindi pa kami ganun ka-honed yung skills. So, we hired someone who has more experience than we have. Kasi kami, ang experience namin is the consumer Consumer side kami. Yun yung experience namin. Alam lang namin kung ano yung gusto naming feeling, kung ano yung gusto naming ma-feel ng client sa aesthetic clinic. Pero technical things, technical aspect doon na yon sa mga estheticians namin. In terms of the creative department naman, dahil nga medyo, kasi ito pala, sorry, side kwento or side tip. One of the madalas na mistakes ng mga business people like I am before, na wag nyo nang gawin, kaya sinasabi ko na ngayon, is hiring agad. hiring ng madaming tao agad. Kasi you can always hire, mas madaling mag-hire kaysa mag-downsize. Kasi marami pang legalities yan, etc. etc. So kami, as of the moment, since hindi pa nagte-take off yung project, ang kinuha muna naming mga creative team is yung sa IO. So, yung gumagawa ng brands. Kasi yun din yung expertise nila. Magaling na sila mag-brand, magaling na sila with social media, ganyan. But once we set it up, and money starts coming in, mag-hire na talaga kami ng social media people, creative people, ganon. Ayun. Kasi wala naman din masyadong projects with IO right now. Tapos, ano pa ba? Ayun, ganon. That's how I treated it. So, technical aspect, we hired someone smarter than us. Branding aspect, kaming dalawa ni Lelit yun. Talagang as in baby talaga namin siya. Ako mismo magtatao ako dun sa aesthetic clinic for maybe a couple of months before I hire someone na kasi I wanna know the operations eh. I wanna know everything.
Yeah.
Yun yung gusto kong mangyari. So, medyo hands off ako ng konti sa IO to focus on Let's Glow, yung aesthetic clinic. Gusto ko malaman lahat muna ng operations before I can hand it off to someone we trust.
Yeah. Madam, it's though, I have to warn you kasi that's exactly what happened with Caillou with us. Kasi hands-on talaga kami. As in, down to like the packaging of the PR boxes, down to the shipments, the coordinating with the couriers, which is, of course, like, it's expected, but I think I have to warn you, since you're already sanay as a CEO, you have your assistant, you have your whole team, ganyan. Going back to hands-on is harder than starting hands-on. Like,
Actually,
as in,
totoo yan. Totoo yan.
mas mahirap bumalik. Kasi parang naalala ko when I was younger and when I was starting Morena, ganyan, like talaga hands-on everything. I did everything myself. Pero like going from nasanay ka na may team ka, tapos babalik ka sa ikaw agad lahat. Like, ikaw yung nasa front lines. Dun ako nag-struggle because I was having a hard time, like for example, meron kami sariling jobs, right? We have our own management level responsibilities in our own businesses. So, for example, like JR, mataas yung position niya. He's our CFO. Mataas position niya sa company nila. Si Rika has her makeup artistry business. So, she has clients. She has to go to, shoots and everything. Landam has a day job. And then, he's also our tech person. So, alam mo yun, like parang for us to have to leave our normal lives and then go pack parcels was the hardest thing. But the thing was, you're right. You need to know the operations from the inside out. Pero that's why naloka ako kasi hindi ako sanay.
I know.
Hindi na talaga ako sanay.
I know. Kaya nga sobrang piniprep namin ni Lelit yung sarili natin. Kasi Lelit is a boss babe as well. She has a lot of brands. She has an animal care brand. She has a furniture brand. She has a car care, auto care brand. So, pareho
Sanay
kami
na
ng,
yun.
very sanay. Tapos parang kami, sabi namin, okay, madam, kailangan nating nitty-gritty ulit. Tas pero, one thing that made me happy as well with her is sobrang passionate din niya. Alam mo yung nakakatuwa na meron kang mamimit na as equally passionate as you are in a certain industry.
Yes.
So parang we feed on each other's energies na parang hindi kaya to, anong i-research natin na today, na kumbaga kami na din yung purchasing, paano natin gagawin yung systems.
Yeah.
Mahilig din siya mag-Google Sheets. So,
Yes!
she's
The
our kind of,
spreadsheets.
so, oh my God, sobrang thankful ako doon. Kasi na-imagine ko kung ako lang yung gagawa nito, sobrang hirap talaga. Pero yun nga, I have her. Tapos kami, talagang piniprep namin yung sarili natin na, madam, wala tayong mauutusan ngayon. Tayo muna. Kaya natin to. Ganon.
Truly. Ang hirap ng ganun na parang it's adjusting, especially if you really care about your business.
Yan
If
talaga.
you really care. If you're, kasi it's easy to be like, okay, I'm gonna hire these people to make it work. But then, it's a different experience altogether. So if you, it's your baby, like of course you delegate eventually.
Yep, yep.
You delegate eventually, you let it go eventually. Pero if it's starting out and if it's a new industry for you, you need to understand it.
Yeah, very excited ako kasi parang ganun din yung nangyari sa Amaras eh. Yung,
Oo
'di ba
nga.
parang it's a totally different industry. So different team din siya, ganyan. So syempre yung synergy ng team kailangan mo pang ayusin, ganun. Before I was able to, delegate everything. So I was making pizzas as well. Kailangan marunong ako mag-inventory, kailangan marunong ako mag-cashier. So umikot din talaga ako sa different sections of that business. Kasi you as a business owner, you have to know eh. You also have to know kasi para at least alam mong hindi ka maloloko. Ganon.
Totoo.
So,
Paano pala yung Amaras? How is Amaras doing right now?
lumalakas na siya, madam. Especially kapag may mga acoustic nights. So, we have acoustic nights from Friday to Sunday. And I'm so happy na hindi ako abonado this month. Yes!
The best feeling, madam. The best feeling. Can I just
Oo.
say? Super proud ako kasi 'di ba Morena the Label is an advocacy brand
Yep,
and
oo.
mas priority namin is to educate, create content that's helpful, blah blah blah, more than actually selling the t-shirt. Sometimes I forget it's a business. But yun nga, parang when I was doing like my accounting and everything, I was like, I cannot keep paying for Morena to function.
Yep.
So, kasi now we have a whole team. We have 3 interns who I pay. We have a graphic designer. We have our admin manager. We have Simon who does production. Tapos, for the first time in a long time, hindi ako abonado.
Ang saya, 'di ba? It's one of the best feelings ever. Tsaka
Yeah.
din, yun nga, it's such a breather na parang, oh my gosh, my baby is growing up. Ganon. Parang ganon yung feeling niya
Yeah.
for me. Ganon. Wins.
So in fairness naman, at least we are acknowledging our wins kasi nga it's been a rough couple of weeks. Oh my god.
It was really. How about you, madam? Ano pang mga kwento mo sa amin? So, how is the happily taken CEO life going? Oo.
Okay, for those of you who are not on TikTok, Happily Taken CEO is my real life real life role. Pero kasi may character ako sa TikTok na single CEO. That is my alter ego in case like things go wrong.
Ikaw
Pero
talaga.
anyway, wag naman sana. Pero yun. Anyway, so happily taken CEO life. Oh my god. It's been hard for me. Actually, like I was in therapy yesterday. So I was talking to my therapist and I have been seeing her more and more in the last month dahil nga ang daming nagaganap sa buhay ko, and like I've been really struggling with the transition being like solo entrepreneur slash sole proprietor to CEO of a corporation, because it's really different. Plus another thing that made things, I guess it made things a lot harder. Number one, we are a team of content creators. So being a team of content creators comes with its pros but also its cons. So for one, it was easier for us to launch because number one, we have all the connections sa influencer world. We were able to send PR to some really amazing people, and we were able to really spread the word about the brand immediately. As in, binulabog namin ang TikTok regarding Kayu Beauty, which is a great thing. Now, the downside was, I think people forgot that we are still a small business at the end of the day. As in, parang, I think because we are content creators, parang na-level kami sa BLK started by Ann Curtis, Sunny's Face started by sila Georgina Wilson, Martin and etc. And then Vice Cosmetics na of course headlined by Vice. So ang nahirapan kami was we were being compared to all of these big brands who had a lot of resources. But I think people forgot that at the end of the day, we were 5 people funding it and building it from the ground up. We didn't have like a team of people to do the nitty-gritty for us. As in, we're just very lucky na, for example, kasi 5 kami, di ba? Oh my gosh. I can't believe I was able to work with 5 people in a team, pero it's possible pala kahit na sanay ka na lone wolf person ka, ganyan. It's possible to work with a team. But sobrang swerte namin kasi we have a finance person, si JR, we have a tech person, si Landam, we have Rika who's a makeup artist, and syempre operations siya. She used to work for Happy Skin Operations. So alam niya how the cosmetic business works behind the scenes. And then Kai, who is an amazing makeup content creator, pero at the same time, multimedia arts graduate slash expert talaga siya. As in, like, even as a student, she has already been working very, very well with brands, and ang ganda talaga aesthetic niya. So, yung team na yon and me, sorry, nakalimutan ko sarili ko. Ako pa pala. Ako naman, as the CEO, I'm the organizer person, like, trying to line things up, the timelines, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, we have a good team that has, like, expertise in each area. However, at the end of the day, we're also still bootstrapping it. Na kami yung investors namin. Like, we didn't have, like, millions in the bank to just make a bonggang launch. But, yun nga, being on social media, parang na-distort yung expectations. Naloka talaga ako
It got magnified.
expectations.
Oh.
It got magnified. As in, I feel like we became an easier target because you know how people are just, especially if there's hate going on, and ang dali talaga, as in super bilis mag-hate ng mga tao. Because there, for example, hindi pa kami naglo-launch, influencers pa lang yung nakakakuha ng product and nakakatry. And a lot of them really loved it actually. Pero because, syempre, people were like, I don't know, judgmental in general. Like, for example, I have dry lips. Tapos, I swatched it and it looked dry on me, personally. So, they were like spreading, rumors na, oh, it's such a drying formula. And we haven't even launched yet.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
na-stress talaga ako. And I felt like I needed to defend us. Kasi, it's so unfair. It's really unfair. But, ngayon na we have finally launched and natapos na yung earlier launch namin, nakikita na namin yung reviews and a lot of our customers are really, really happy.
Oh my gosh, can I just say, oh my gosh, mga madam, kasi for context, can I just debunk ang sinasabi na drying siya? Hindi. I swear, I have every single shade. Thank you so much, Kaya Beauty and the team. Moisturizing siya. And that's a lot coming from me. Kasi sobra, as in, uniquely sensitive ng lips ko. Sobrang weird ng lips ko. If, kunwari, hiyang ako sa isang brand, mahihiyang lang ako sa isang shade from that brand. Everything else, kahit same brand, different shade, magsusugat yung lips ko. And friends, oh my God, I swear talaga, yung Kaya Beauty, hindi lang dahil kaibigan ko si Ayin at nang nasa team niya, pero every single shade I tried, it's very moisturizing, hindi nagsugat yung lips ko. And it says a lot about the quality of the product. And ang ganda-ganda niya. Oh, tingnan niyo naman. I'm wearing Love You a Latte mixed with Left You on Red.
Taray! May lip combo ka, madam.
Wow.
Bongga yarn.
Diba? As in lahat, flattering siya in every shade. Kasi si Louie, yung sister ko, pinatry ko din sa kanya lahat. Kinuha na niya yung isa. Pero kasi nga, she loves everything. Yung peach, ano ba yun?
Papa Don't
Ayun,
Peach.
Papa Don't Peach. Tapos, ang personal favorite ko, yung Love You a Latte.
Thank you, Sam.
Which will be restocked when this episode drops. Ayun.
Speaking of restock, madam, can I just say, eto na naman, meron na naman akong i-rant. Because, again, like, ang hirap talaga maging on social media because a lot of people are just so, they just hinihimay talaga nila everything. Which, again, I'm trying to see it as a good thing, but at the same time, it's frustrating because nobody really knows how hard you work. And, you know, if people know how hard you work, they wouldn't be able to see these things. But anyway, somebody said, kasi nag-out of stock kami sa Shopee ng 3 shades and the PR kit. So, we, nag-out of stock kami ng Love You Latte, Watcha Pink, and Send Nudes, plus yung PR kit, nag-out of stock. Tapos, somebody said, like, parang, 100 plus lang yung binenta nyo, tapos nag-out of stock kayo. That's what I want to explain, I guess, for like inventory purposes and like supply chain, blah blah blah. Na I also just learned na you need to control your stocks kasi for us matagal yung yung dating ng bagong stocks, yung production, matagal ang production. So people need to understand na we are controlling our stocks and not releasing everything in one go because number one, wala kaming manpower to what if we release 6,000 pieces. That's 6,000 more, as in like that's a lot of parcels to hindi namin yan mamimit yung demand. Number 2, paano yun pagka if it takes like a month and a half or 2 months for the product to get here? So how do we control that, diba? So for us to be able to be sustainable, also for us to know kung ano yung best-selling shades, for us to know kung ano yung i-order namin na mas marami, yung mga bagay na yun, we need to test it out first slowly. That's why yung inventory is being controlled in that way na we're not releasing everything in one go because we want to be able to sustainably like meet the demands but at the same time work with the production side naman na hindi kami mauubusan for like 3 months, wala kaming mabebenta, diba? So, sobrang naloka lang ako na a lot of people really have a lot to say about businesses when like at the operation side, you know, the back end, it's so different. Like,
yes,
we're being smart with our money, which we paid for ourselves, by the way. Like, sarili namin pera yung binuhos namin. Sa tingin nyo ba, we're gonna do that recklessly? I cannot.
Yun yung hindi nagagets ng mga tao especially with companies who's bootstrapping every single thing. Kasi parang, alam mo yun, you have very limited resources na parang wait lang, kailangan kong i-balance para sa production, sa shipping, sa manpower, sa energy ko. Alam mo yun, parang ang dami-daming kailangan mong isipin. Pero yun nga, tama ka, there are a lot of people who has so much to say pero wala naman silang business. Charot. Ang mabait tayo dito. Mabait tayo. Pero yun so, nga, madam. I admire the team. Grabe. I know you have been working so hard and yung sa stocks in terms of inventory, yun nga, kailangan mo kasi ng malaking capital din for the inventory kasi I'm not sure. For context lang, with the beauty industry kasi, ang mga MOQs is in the thousands talaga.
Yes.
So, kailangan mong masustain. Tama yun, yung ginawa nyo na nag-test the waters muna kayo kung ano yung mga shades para if you repurchase or if you reorder doon sa manufacturer, ma-allocate nyo ng maayos yung budgets nyo. Ganon siya. Hindi siya madali lang na... Kasi inaaral pa yan paano yung ano natin, ano yung mga par stock natin. So, par stock is parang yun yung pinaka-low level of your stocks. Kunwari, nag-dip na ng 100 pieces, that's when you reorder sa
yes.
Manufacturer mo. And syempre, when you reorder, kailangan na naman ng kapital. Ganon.
Yes.
So, hindi siya madali, friends.
Yun yung I think I want to share this here on Cam Confidence because I know our listeners are very business oriented, very business minded yung mga listeners natin, and I know you guys want to put up your own brands, ganyan. So I want to share like the background of the story kasi it's not as simple as you get a lot of products, you sell them. You need to be able to manage them para tuloy-tuloy yung business. Because at the end of the day, if maubusan ka, mawalan ka, hindi mo ma-foresee kung ano yung best selling, masasayang yung capital. And you need money to keep the business moving. You need, like, yung money dapat rumorolyo.
Totoo.
Dapat bumabalik yung pera. Dapat, you keep putting money back into the business. And for us, now, we are, again, not, joke lang. I was gonna say, we're not millionaires, but then,
Ay, but you are.
I am. I mean, we are not. How do I say
Namulakas
this?
yes.
Like, nahiya ako. Parang, Abundance 2020, whatever. Hindi, parang, what I'm saying is, we don't have unlimited resources.
Yan.
So, we want to be smart with it. So, if it means slow growth, that, to me, is better. Like, I'd rather grow slowly than risk super quickly and then waste everything that we have. Because
Totoo.
we want to be smart with the capital. We want to be smart with what little manpower we have. Ayaw naman namin na, Diyos ko, matraumatize yung employees namin.
Totoo.
Dalawa pa lang yung staff namin sa office. Matraumatize sila isang araw, yung orders, thousands. Like, how are we gonna do that, diba? So, syempre, we need to control from our end yung mga things that we can control. And
Right.
stuff like stocks, inventory, kaya namin yan ayusin para we can understand where this is going forward. Again, this is our first launch.
Totoo.
So,
Tsaka ang galing-galing nyo. Can I just say, oh my gosh, for a team na who's doing this for the first time, oh my gosh, I wish I knew kung ano yung mga alam nyo ngayon when you first launched. And sabi ko nga, ang dami kong mga points na what we learned about the Caillou product launch. Mga ganon. O, diba? Marami kang mga pointers. And yun nga, mahirap siya, pero my gosh, you also have to give credit to these amazing people na, hello, ang ganda-ganda ng products.
thanks, madam.
Tsaka pinaghirapan nila yan, friends.
Na-pause pa nga dahil na nag-Miss Universe ako, natigil tuloy
Oh,
yun.
partida pa yan.
Partida. Pero
Congratulations, team. Grabe, sobrang galing nyo.
Thank you. Pero I have to say, I'm really grateful also kasi ang dami namin na-consult. Like, on my end, I was able to consult sa'yo, madam. Like, ang dami kong mga katanungan na literally ginugulo ko si Mary, yung assistant ni Madam Rizza. Sabi ko, Mary, hindi ko alam kung paano gumawa ng spreadsheet for Lazada and Shopee. Mary, hindi ko ma-print yung waybill.
Ayun, isa pa ring lesson
Ganun.
yun na if you are starting a business, it's okay to ask questions sa ibang mga sa ibang business people din. If you wanna ask us, okay lang din. Matagal lang kami mag-reply, pero
Yeah.
we try to answer, ganyan. So, ayun, ask for help whenever you need.
Alam mo ba, I also consulted Miss Nina for like the emotional side naman.
Oh.
Kasi, kasi Miss Nina of Colorette Cosmetics is very, very, the face of Colorette. Like, siya talaga, humaharap talaga siya sa tao. And she's very like, as in, talaga siya? Siya talaga yung Colorette, you know?
Oo.
And the thing is, I know she's not foreign to the concept of bashing. Like, na-experience niya na yun both sa Colorette and sa sarili niya. So, minessage ko siya talaga nung day na yun na I was just like breaking down. Kasi hindi ako sanay na, okay, I know what it's like to be bashed for my looks. I know what it's like to be bashed for my personality. But to be bashed for my work is something that's really hard for me to take because I take so much pride in my work. And I'm really proud of what we've done. So, when we were getting all this heat from people, sabi ko kay Miss Nina, paano ba to?
Sobrang sweet ni Nina, no?
Oo, and ang bait niya. And sabi niya nga na parang, yun, she gave me advice about it. Kaya, when people are commenting na parang, ano ba yun, kinakalaban niyo pa colorette? Like, guys, the bigger the local beauty industry gets, the more people are into makeup. It's good for everybody. And we just support each other talaga.
Totoo. Yun nga rin ka-DM ko din si Nina last time kasi nga she posted yung parang yung vulnerable side niya which I really love. Tapos parang sabi namin, laban lang sister, kaya natin to.
Lahat ng
Oo,
business
lahat talaga.
owners.
Oo. As in, parang kami-kami lang din ang mga magkakausap at nagko-consult at parang, anong ginawa mo sa ganito? Paano ka nakapag-cope? Mga ganon.
Ang hirap kasi talaga, guys. But, again, like, if I go back to, ginusto mo ba yan? Absolutely. Ginusto ko
Yes.
talaga to. And, super duper proud of what we have done so far, what we'll continue to do. And, of course, proud ako sa team. Sa team talaga na we were able to build na even though, syempre, like, friends kami outside of the business. And I know it's hard, like, to start a business with friends, ganyan. But for some reason, it worked. So, thankfully, I think, alam mo, madam, I also need to credit Camp Confidence for that. Kasi I've had trust issues for many, many years, and I never thought I could work with other people. As in general, like, parang, I don't like working with people, ganyan. Pero when we started working together for Camp Confidence, to me, it was kind of like, that's what it's like pala to. Parang na-set yung standard ko na parang, okay, like, if 2 or more people equally care, then there's a way to make it work. Like, if you set expectations, if you set systems, like, for example, Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Well, today, 11. But I mean, gets. Like, parang, if you set systems, expectations, if you set roles, responsibilities, and just the passion for it is the same, it can be done. Like, you
Right.
can work with a team. So, para sa mga traumatized dyan, sa mga groupmates nyo in high school, just know na it's possible if you manage it properly.
Yes, totoo. Tsaka ano din, yun nga tama, communication and alam mo yun, getting commitments from your partner, business partner, or mga ganyan ka-work nyo.
Yeah.
And systems talaga.
And systems
talaga.
talaga. Systems. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna hire a driver na, madam. Hindi ko na kaya.
Oh, yay! Who is she?
Hindi ko na kaya kasi ano eh. Di ba you have a
Sobrang
driver?
proud ako. Yes. Oo, we have.
Pero, is it like, again, I'm thinking out loud, like, yung system nyo, is it because you have to visit your different offices?
No naman.
Tapos,
With the office
or-
kasi, it's just 3 minutes away from my house. Pero kapag kunwari may mga meetings ako na face-to-face o kaya yung family driver kasi namin, as in sobrang maaasahan na siya. Siya yung nagre-remind sa amin na, oh ma'am, ano na to, for renewal na. O kaya, ma'am, eto, tas parang, kailangan na po nating magpagas sa ganitong kotse, ganyan. Tapos siya na yung naglalakad sa LTO, siya, napapagbangko ko din siya. Ganon. So, very,
that's good.
I love Mang Ed. Oo. siya yung family driver na.
That's nice. Kasi na-pinpoint ko na naman, isa ko na namang pain point, na since we have an office now in Rizal, the Caillou headquarters is in Rizal. Di ko alam, madam, kung meron kang concept of the North.
Wala.
Wala kang concept of the North, so let me explain to you. Rizal is east of Manila.
Okay.
Fairview is the north of Manila.
Okay.
So for me, galing sa bahay ko, Quezon City, going to Fairview, I mean, my house in Quezon City, going to the office in Quezon City also, but Fairview, it takes me around 20 minutes.
Okay.
Or more or less, depende sa traffic. Now, getting from Fairview to Rizal takes around 40 to 45 minutes, depending on traffic. Now, my house to Rizal is about like 20 to 30 minutes, again, depending on traffic. And because I want to be hands-on and I have been hands-on, medyo naloka ako in the
Ginusto natin
last
yan.
couple of weeks. Hindi ko kinaya. As in, nagbe-breakdown ako in the car, like trying to get from, imagine magka-camp confidence recording ako sa umaga. After yung punta ako Rizal to check on
Oo.
the ops.
Stocks.
Tapos, nung pag-uwi ko, bumalik ako sa Fairview kasi meron akong interview. Tapos tsaka pa ako uuwi sa bahay. Tapos parang na-realize ko, especially now that we are opening up again, it's just good for like, number one, ito pala, sorry, sabi ng therapist ko, I'm quoting my therapist so much because he's just helped me. Sabi niya sa akin, like, I need to embrace the transition of my life. Na, I think kasi, hindi ko matanggap na, parang hindi, like, I'm at a place na hindi ko matanggap na I'm no longer solo. Parang hindi ko pa fully na-embody the CEO-ness.
Yes.
Parang hindi ko pa siya fully na-accept na I finally have bigger the responsibilities I do and I claim and I really step up for them. Pero yung equal privileges of that role, hindi ko ina-accept. Like, for example, I have an assistant, but hindi ko na-utilize to the maximum because I'm like, but I don't want, like, but I can do it myself still. Ganyan. Like, I don't want to get the driver because I'm like, but I drive myself everywhere. I'm a strong, independent woman. Yung ganon. Pero parang what I learned was that as you grow through life, and you should invest in yourself, your well-being, the same way you invest in your businesses. Kasi again, at the end of the day, you can't grow without like looking after yourself. So, ayan, it's still taking me quite some time to parang tell myself na worth it na siya for me. Like, it's a worthy investment. Pero, feel ko kailangan ko na siya tanggapin because nagsusuffer na talaga yung mental health ko.
Totoo.
As in, pagod na pagod ako, madam, to the point na I can't even go home. As in, I love going home because my dogs are there. Oy, my family is also there, pero like my dogs. Diba? Parang, like, I want to be able to go to the gym. Hindi ako nakakapuntang gym kasi, like, do I spend another 30 minutes driving to the gym just so I could pagod myself and then spend another 30 minutes getting to the office? Like, alam mo, yung mga ganong iniisip ko na.
Totoo.
Pero at the end of the day, like, if I really evaluate, these are the things that make me a better business owner. It makes me a better manager. It makes me a better content creator when I am able to do the things na currently nilalet go ko. Like, I've completely let go of working out. I let go of sleep because I just want to do everything myself. So now, sabi ko, okay, paano natin? How can I make this work for me?
Totoo.
So,
I'm just so excited for you, madam. Kasi ako, for me, it took a lot of energy. It took a lot of self-awareness and self-acceptance na I have bigger responsibilities now. And for me to be able to go into that headspace na I can be optimal with what I can do, how I can play with my strengths, I needed to let go of some things na kayang ma-delegate ko sa iba. Kaya kong ma-delegate sa iba. Tapos parang ang isang thinking ko din is, okay, I can be optimal with my work at the same time I can give livelihood to another person. Parang ganun yung naiisip ko. Na,
that's such a nice way to put it.
'di ba? So, parang nakakapag-delegate na nga ako, mas nagiging okay pa yung everything ko, physical, mental, emotional health ko. And at the same time, I'm helping another person. I'm helping another family. Ganun.
That is a job. That's a stable income. So, ayun, I think I've just, like, I need to outgrow the guilt of not doing everything yourself. Kasi parang I've glorified it for many, many years na, I do everything myself. Ha ha ha. Like, I'm so strong. Pero, hard work brings you to a place na hindi mo na kaya gawin by yourself lahat.
Totoo. Tsaka as a CEO, it should be smart work versus hard work.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Yun nga parang I've gotten myself in like emotional situations na I think I could have handled better if I weren't so physically stressed, if I weren't so mentally stressed. Like, there are things na I could have handled better kung hindi ako pagod na pagod. So now, I'm addressing that issue, yung pagod ko. Like,
Yes.
yun. Like, for example, sa TikTok, I was like, emotionally, answering the basher. Kasi parang ako, pagod na pagod ako, tas uuwi ako, ito sasabihin mo sa akin. So, I never want to have that happen to me again. So, ayun. Pero I mean, like, I'm not gonna delete it or anything. It's a learning experience for me. But it also made me realize na if you are growing, allow yourself to grow outside of yourself. So, ayun. It doesn't have to stay with you, all the responsibilities, the effort, etc. So, ayun. Ang dami natin takeaways today, Madam. Thank you for the therapy session.
Thank you so much, Miss Ayin, for the therapy session today. I hope nag-enjoy kayo mga madam kahit nagchikahan lang talaga kami for all the updates, etc.
Yes.
We love you.
Parang talagang nabulabog kami ng aming week. So, we wanted to just chika about it with you guys. So, you can also, more or less see the thought process behind building brands, etc., and running businesses. But again, thank you guys so much. If you guys want to share or if you have any takeaways about our episode, tag us on Instagram, everywhere else. That's Camp Confidence Radio. Also, please leave us a review or a rating on Spotify. Minimum,
Minimum
madam.
5 stars. Oo, ganun lang
Yes.
dapat. Anything less than that, unacceptable. Charot.
Anyway, thank you guys so much, and we hope for your success, and we are rooting for you as well. Stay confident, everybody.
You got this.
Bye.
Bye.